When I started braid season, y'all, my edges was chewed up. I have a whole new braid on both sides of my head. For the most part, I leave these things alone. If your packaging is trash, I'm not gonna buy the product. This is gonna go in a giveaway for you guys. Leave like the tension alone. Do you want your edges to grow back in? That's what you should be asking yourself. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Niara Alexis and I mostly talk about hair and a little bit of beauty and lifestyle. So if that is what you're into, you might want to go ahead and subscribe. I post very regularly over here. I'm not gonna leave y'all high and dry. I post every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. If I disappear, something done happened. Today's video is going to be talking about my growth in braids. So I did a length check with you guys a couple of weeks ago where I showed you like what my real hair looked like after I've been wearing braids for like 2 months, I think it was at that time. But now I'm going to talk about how my hair has grown and the changes that I'm seeing in my hair while it is in braids. Okay, I'm not even taking the braids out because there are some visible things that I can see, mainly that I have edges now. I have edges. It's called this an edges check. When I started braid season, y'all, my edges was chewed up, gone. Like, I don't know who had came and gnawed on a baby, but they had chewed them things up and spit them out somewhere across the street. Like they weren't in my head anymore. And I was just kind of confused because I don't feel like I be doing too much to my hair or my edges specifically. Like I leave them alone for the most part. I don't even slick my edges or anything. Not me up here. Look, I'm looking like my Aunt Dean. Rest in peace, Aunt Dean. But this blush is blushing, babe. I need to diffuse her a little bit. She is so red. My auntie will be so proud. A lot of the times people will ask me like, what should I do for this? What should I do for that? My hair is doing this, my hair is doing that. I feel like it's really important to find what the cause of your problem is, and that will then tell you like what you should do to fix it. So in my situation, my edges was chewed up and I was trying to figure out like why, like what was causing them to be so chewed up and gone. And I think it's really just all of the stuff that I do all silk press season. I wash my hair once a week. I flat iron it once a week. And I don't really do anything else outside of that. So I am kind of toying with the idea of this coming silk press season, stretching out my wash days a little bit longer because I don't want to keep going through this cycle of my edges being gone and coming back, gone and coming back. Like, why do I always have to eat my edges up this way? Let's figure out what the problem is. And I think the issue might be how frequently I'm washing my hair. I'm not for certain on that. I know somebody in the comments is gonna say that's exactly what it is. We've been told you. You hold your tongue. But that's just like what I'm coming around to and like the only thing I can think of because y'all know I don't be putting gel on them. I don't do tight hairstyles if I can talk. I don't put a lot of tension. I don't wear ponytails. I don't clip it up a lot. Like I don't really do much to my edges at all. So the only thing it could be is like the heat that I'm putting on it and like the stress of like the washing every week. So I think that's what caused them to be so chewed up. And so now I noticed this the other day when I first put my braids in at the beginning of the summer, it was like a big space here. Okay. Like right up in here. It was like a huge space. Now at this point, my braids are like 2-ish weeks old, like going on 3. But the biggest difference I noticed is I am able to fit a whole extra braid in here than I was when I first started my braid season this year. Like there was like a gap. It was like a braid here and a braid over here. Nothing right here. There's a whole new braid right here holding on to hair. Okay. It's not like hanging on by like thin air. It's like, and it's in there sturdy. It's not like barely there. So I want to show you guys some of the things that I've been doing every single day to help grow a whole new braid essentially. First and foremost, this isn't even like any product specifically that I've been putting on my hair. This is the action. You are going to stop putting that hair back in ponytails and half up, half downs every single day. You need to leave like the tension alone. A lot of y'all like to put braids in y'all hair as soon as you get the braids. And I have never understood it because I'm like, ain't your hair tight? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Leave the hair out and loose as much as you can. If you want to do like a claw clip or a half up, half down or a ponytail, it needs to be loose. Stop doing these tight, slick ponytails all the way back because that hair, that braid is pulling on your hair. It's pulling on your hair follicles. Anytime I feel any sort of tension on my braids, I loosen them things right up. Lately, I have been liking my hair to be pulled back and away from my face. Right now, I'm just got out of like a wash day situation, so I need to let it air out. But I'll do like a loose braid as well. A loose braid to the back, but nothing tight. You got to stop all that tight stuff pulling at your hair and your edges. You're snatching them out, okay? The other thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure you protect your edges every single night when you go to sleep. I have maybe gone to sleep on my braids out, just like not anything on them, maybe like once or twice this summer. I'm really, really good about putting a scarf on my head every night. I tie my hair back in a braid. I put a scarf on top. Same way you would when your hair is out. Don't let the braids fool you into thinking you can now do whatever you want to your hair and your hair is protected because it's in the braids. You can still cause friction right here and have a whole braid slip out. So don't do that, okay? Now let's get into the products. The first thing that I think is the most effective that I've been doing is I've been using a growth serum on my edges every single day. And these are the two that I've been using this summer. So the first one that I use is the Sacred Restoring Hair and Edge Drops. I actually have this new fresh bottle because this is gonna go in a giveaway for you guys. Yeah. This is gonna go in a giveaway once we hit 50K. So tell your mama, tell your friends, tell whomever. It's gonna go to one winner. Okay, like, I don't have time. The Sacred Restoring Hair and Edge Drops. So many people ask me, does this actually work? I have a 30-day results video that I already filmed here on YouTube. I've talked about it so many times on TikTok, so many times on Instagram. This product works. Whether you like this woman or not, that is not my business and I don't care. And it shouldn't be your edges business either. Do you want your edges to grow back in? That's what you should be asking yourself. And if you are using a product like this, I highly, highly recommend take a picture before you start using them and then take a picture 30 days after. Then you need to make sure you are in the same setting, same lighting, all that stuff to see the difference, okay? Because a lot of times with our naked eye day to day, you're not able to see the difference. I promise you this stuff works. It works so good. That's why it's always sold out. I was actually in Ulta today and I should have looked to see if there's an extra bottle because I would have bought it for myself. A lot of people always ask like, well, is it going to revert? Anything that is watery is going to revert your hair. So if it's water-based, yes, it's going to revert your hair. If it's a gel that's water-based, yes, it's going to revert your hair. Like oils probably are not going to revert your hair because it's not water. It's an oil. I don't know how else to explain that. Just like think of science, okay, kids? So water-based products are going to revert your hair if you are wearing it out in a silk press or whatever. But personally, my motto always is I would rather have edges and let them be a little bit poofy than have none at all. After I used up my bottle of my Sacred, I have been using this Verb product. This is their Verb Density Peptide Hair Serum, and I really just use this on my edges. They also have a Density Peptide shampoo that I used for 4 weeks, and I did see growth from this. Now, this is like $20 or so. It is cheaper than the Sacred. And it's a little bit more readily available. Like it's not always sold out, but it's a good product and I do like it. Honorable mention to the Living Proof Scalp Density Serum, I think it's called. That's another good one too that will really grow your hair back. This one is like a watery gel, but it is water-based, so it will revert your hair if it's in a silk press. The Living Proof is a thicker gel, but it is also water-based as well, so it is going to revert too. But if you're in braids, shouldn't be a problem. And honestly, now is your time when you're in braids to use all the water-based products that are going to grow your hair back and like do all the things for your hair, because why not? Now, along with a growth serum, I like to take something and ingest it every day. This is Nutrafol. I have told you guys about Nutrafol time and time and time again. You see it in my vlogs, you see it on TikTok, you see it on Instagram, and you're seeing it here. This is a product that is going to help your hair be stronger. I don't necessarily think it does like the growth part of it, but it is going to help your hair be stronger so you retain more of it, okay? I think that is what people are saying when they see good results from Nutrafol. I pay for my own Nutrafol. That's how much I love it, okay? A lot of people think I get this in PR. I do not. I pay for my own subscription of this product. I have a discount code for you guys if you would like to try it. I will have it linked down below for you. But any sort of like hair supplement that you can take, I feel like will be good in aiding at growing them edges back, okay? This is something just like for your overall hair. I like to make sure I'm using some sort of leave-in treatment on my hair every single day. every single day, and specifically a water-based one. These are both water-based, and the way that you can tell that they're water-based is they will be like this. Okay, like if you shake them, oh, we can't hear that one. You hear that? It should sound watery, okay? Those creamy ones and things like that, I would not use them on braids. I would not use them on twists because the product is not able to really absorb into your hair. It just kind of sits on top. You want something that's watery that can easily like attach onto the hair and absorb. Creams and things like that, personally, I think that they take a little bit more. They take heat and things like that, and your hair being out and be able to like comb it through the strands to absorb into the hair. Water-based products, you can spray it on your hair and it'll be dry in a minute, and that's how you know it's absorbed into your hair. Okay, so my first one I have here is the Pantene Pro Vitamin Essence. You can spray this on your edges if you want to make them stronger. I spray them all over my hair though. And then this is the Heritage by Mindy Light as a Feather Leave-In Conditioner. This last thing that I think is super important is you want to find some sort of oil that is going to aid in like sealing in like the moisture in your edges, but it's also going to help like stimulate growth and things like that. My personal favorite is black castor oil. Okay, a lot of people use different oils, so you can use like oregano oil, rosemary oil. Figure out what oil your hair responds to the best. I use castor oil by chance, like one time, like a long time ago when I lived in New York, and I had my hair in like cornrows and twists, and I was just using it on my hair every day. Like, I don't know what possessed me to go get it, but I got it. When I tell you my hair was so much thicker and fuller after using that product for like maybe like a month or so. And don't ask me which one it was specifically because I don't remember. But it was such a good oil that worked on my hair so well. So castor oil has always been black castor oil, but this one is just a castor oil. But any sort of castor oil, I feel like that's like pure and like 100%, like as much as it can be. I mean, we don't really know if it's pure. We ain't doing it ourselves. I feel like for me, aids in my hair growth. But again, find what oil you feel like your hair responds to. Maybe it's rosemary oil, whatever that might be. And massage your edges with that every day and just like get that blood flow and everything stimulating and circulating, and they're going to grow back. So this one that I have here is a Kish organic cold pressed castor oil. That's what it looks like. There used to be another one that I used from Amazon, but they changed their packaging and now the product spills out everywhere. And if your packaging is trash, I'm not gonna buy the product. It's the bottom line. So the last thing I want to tell you guys is for all of my edge control queens out here that you are slicking your hair back and swooping, dooping them edges every single day, calm down on that. Calm down on it like immediately, because even though you're not pulling your hair back every day, that's still manipulation. And those little hairs that you see in the edge brush, them the hairs are supposed to be on your edges. Okay, so I swoop my edges, like I did them a little bit today. I swoop my edges here and there, but I don't do it a lot. And I would suggest you not do it a lot either. And also, if you are using a lot of edge control, clean those edges. You need to get that out, because having all that product build up just sitting on top of your edges, sometimes I'll be seeing people TikToks and they just be like putting more edge control on top of what I can already see is product in their hair, and it makes me cringe. So don't be doing that. Go in that bathroom, get some shampoo, wash those edges really well, dry them, and just let them be. Wear your hair, do the bust down middle part. Ain't nobody gotta see them. Like, if you're wearing your hair back, okay, I get that. Like, people will see that. And sometimes, like, if I do know that I want to have it, like, flipped to the side or whatever, I'll swoop them a little bit. But for the most part, I'll leave these things alone. And I recommend you do the same if you want them to stay in your head. I have a whole new braid on both sides of my head. There was like a big gap before. So whatever I'm doing works. I'll have all these products linked down below. You should have seen them pop up on the screen as well when I was talking about them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Where's the remote?